Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to just shortly, Sandeep, talk to you about the failed TLTRO 2.0 as well. But let's just address this news of Franklin shutting 6 of its schemes. I've got Kaustubh Belapurkar as well from Morningstar joining us on the show right now. Kaustubh, hi, morning. You know, exactly the point that I was discussing with Sandeep right now. I mean, what's the likelihood or guarantee here that other mutual fund schemes as well would not shut shop purely because of the same problem, because of the exposure to same kind of paper?
Hi, Asha. So, Asha, that's a very pertinent question. And, what we've seen over the last, you look at the data of outflows from funds, it's been pretty exaggerated in the month of March. Obviously, given the whole COVID crisis and, especially on the NBFCI side, we've seen, signs of stress also with the moratorium coming in. So, obviously, there are concerns from investors, liquidity has been crunched, and that's kind of led to that. But just one thing to note, is that a lot of other funds have also lost assets. But I think in this sense, Franklin probably, from what data shows us, was amongst the largest sort of, outflows that we're seeing. And that put additional stress on their portfolios in terms of, what they could liquidate and what they couldn't. And that's why the call. But it will be important to continue to review portfolios of other, strategies to see if there's any signs of stress coming there, because outflows have been there too, albeit to a lesser extent as of now as things stand.
Kaustubh, the point is, we are looking at 30,000 crore from a reputed fund house, which has the oldest history. I mean, before UTI, 25 years ago, 2 or 3 names existed. One of them was UTI, second was Franklin. It just raises a question that is this a fund manager who's taken undue risk, or is it the economy which needs to be blamed?
And it's about acknowledging a couple of things, right? So one is this strategy, if you look at what, the Templeton team has been running, has been a high sort of yielding, low credit, which has happened for a while. So it's not like that's something that they've shifted to overnight. They've been running this strategy for over 10 years. Obviously, there's been some dislocation in the economy starting, the whole IL&FS crisis, which precipitated into various other, NPA or write-downs of bonds. And obviously, Templeton, the funds did hold a few of these, be it the ADAG group bonds or, the Vodafone Idea or the more recent Yes Bank 81 bonds, which has kind of precipitated this, but when you think about credit risk as a category, right, of funds with high credit risk, there is an element of this that is expected to come in, but I think it's kind of it's reared its ugly head in a very significant way because of the way things panned out post-IL&FS, and COVID has kind of taken it to the next extent where liquidity is completely dried up. And, that's where I think, investors need to understand that, if you come into a strategy, you've got to be comfortable with the credit profile of the funds that you're getting into. If you, which is something because these funds saw a lot of flows because investors, maybe just look to the returns and came in. That's something that we'd want to, let investors know that every risk profile looks different from the funds that you would need to invest into. So I think it's a bit of both. Obviously, this is like I said, it's a strategy they've been running for a while. So in that sense, the managers, they've developed some mandates. But unfortunately, what happened is the kind of redemption they've seen, I don't think anyone will be able to manage that with the kind of liquidity that exists in the markets today.
All right. Appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us.
Sure.
Sandeep, I'm asking a very simple question. Why are markets going higher when FIs are selling, global cues are just about subdued, there is a huge selling in the oil market, we know that economy is not going to fire full cylinders in next 2, 3, 4 months. Why